Thank you, my wife made it for me. She's over there. Okay. Quick preface for those that can't tell, I'm British. That's important for this. And two months ago, I married my wife. This is one of my Valentine's Day presents to her. It's entitled "The Problem with Loving an American." I love my wife dearly, and we generally communicate very well, but sometimes it feels like we're speaking different languages. People from America claim they speak English, but in reality they speak English. I have this huge chip on my shoulder about your word for crisps, and your word for chips really frightens me. I do find it pretty kooky what you call a biscuit, but whenever I have to say the American word for an aubergine, it feels like I've had a large egg planted in my mouth. Just the other day, I almost got embroiled in an argument about the proper term for grilling food. Last week, I was sitting in the car melting with frustration about how you pronounce caramel. And I started getting all sweatery over your word for a jumper. It got so bad I even got a heat rash because of what you call your rubbish. I had to go outside, walk around on the pavement. Sidewalk, pavement. I was starting to feel better until I came to a pedestrian crossing. And then I remembered you have a different name for that too. So there I was, feeling cross, walking across the road. When I felt really exhausted, so I stopped, put my hands on my trousers, and I just started pantsing for breath. Most of the time, it doesn't actually bother me. But to be honest, I have to get high way too often when I think about what you call a motorway. Hearing your word for the boot of a car often makes me feel like I need to get trunk. Remembering the American word for petrol always makes me gasp. And don't even get me started on what you call a lorry, that's just trucking stupid. I find it monstrous, the word you use to refer to your mothers. I have to suspend as my disbelief about what you call braces. Hearing the American word for a flat makes me feel like I've been cast in a play given a part meant for someone else. If I have to hear one more American person use the wrong word for football, I'm going to climb up the Statue of Liberty and sock her in the mouth. Usually it feels like our languages are only an inch apart, but your word for a garden makes it more feel like it's yards apart. But it's not just that you have different words for things. I've lived here for over a year, and I still can't figure out why you pronounce root so strangely. It's also hard to see why you can't say the last letter of the alphabet properly. Z, guys, Z. And the worst thing of all is how you just simply take the letter U out of all of your words. There's no U in colour, honour, favour, humour, labour or neighbour, but honey, I promise I will always put the U in I love you. Aww.